Welcome back, movie lovers, to Movie Jawns. Yes, this is going to be a spoiler free stamp of approval movie Jawns for the film set to be released on September 13th, Friday, 2024. Speak No Evil, in theaters exclusively. Starring James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, Scoot McNairy, Aisling Francoise, and the children, which are standouts, Dan Hugh and Alex West Leifer, or Leffler, excuse me. Uh, these this entire cast of this film was exceptionally, absolutely phenomenal. This is the type of movie where you are sitting in the theaters and you are talking to the screen. Now, if you're not talking to the screen and you're just sitting there, you're just, munching or whatever, it's like maybe that's a somewhat entertaining film. But no, this was one of those films that was the kind of film that not only pissed you off, but it pissed you off so much that every time that you saw someone do something, make a decision, make some choice that just made you scream at the screen and say, "What the are you doing? Like, don't do that." It was one of those kind of movies. It was one of the absolute pinnacle of, if you F around, you are definitely going to find the hell out. Um, I've got to say that it was refreshing to see a little slight reunion of the cast of *Halt and Catch Fire*, a TV series I believe that was on AMC, that ran for quite a few seasons, starring both Mackenzie Davis and Scoot McNairy and Lee Pace. But this joint was the reunion of Scoot and Mackenzie actually being husband and wife. And their dynamics on *Halt and Catch Fire* just spills right over to this joint. I cannot. They were extremely believable as the naivete parents. And I got to tell you, when they play off each other and bounce off each other, it's like magic. It's like you're seeing two vets just going back and forth with one another. Um, I just can't. I cannot just applaud their performance. The way that they did their performance is just absolutely stellar. This What I will say though about James McAvoy, I think that this is one of James's all-star creepy, so maniacal. You thought that Glass and Split was seeing James go, just recklessly, mayhem, creepy. This one is the thumb down version and the dumbed down version. I won't say dumbed down version, just the thumb down version of him being this creepy character that is the normal everyday type of Joe. He's like he really plays like a man's man type of guy in this joint. He's extreme. He was a little bit too touchy feely for me in this particular project. Every time I kept seeing him, he's just always, it's a touchy feel, touchy feel, touchy feel. But again, he's like he's trying to play that man's man, but he's very animated, very aggressive, very he's very interesting as this character. But I will say that his performance that he portrays, that his, the likeliness of this character that he brings out, it's definitely one of those that's, very manipulative. It's very it's very, man, it's just so many. It's a plethora. It's classic James. That's what I could just say. It's classic James. Classic James. And his co-lead, who I'm not too familiar with her work, but this is like one of the I guess the few, I know she's done quite a bit of her work, but Aisling, I'm not really too familiar with what she's done, but I gotta say she plays off of James so well, and their dynamics, as like the couple's couple. It's quite an interesting dynamic that they have towards each other. Now, what I will say though, for every film that I watch, I always have the essence of Is this a film, if you take out these X characters and put in another set of type of characters, would this still work? And I gotta say, I don't think with every decision that these guys were doing and every choice and move that they were doing to keep the story moving forward, I don't think that that would work for every single type of person. Because there's just some folks out there. Now maybe it's just me, but it's just, I try to place myself into this dynamic. Would I let this person do these very odd, very eyebrow raise type of antics and behaviors? Would I allow certain things like that to happen, especially when it's involving my kid? So, if my kid is there, would this be something I'm like, yeah, go ahead, sure, go ahead, do that? Would that work for me? And I have to say that whenever I was watching the husband's decision, I was like, dude, why are you doing this? Like, what is wrong with you? What in the hell am I watching with this guy doing what he's doing? I was screaming at the theater screen. I was like, and I wasn't alone. The way our viewing my audience and viewer experience was so much that everybody was talking towards, talking to the screen towards one another and towards the screen as well. It was an experience because we all knew, again, if we were putting ourselves into this situation, a hell of a lot of nope. You could just see like the meme going on, like, nope, would not happen, would not occur whatsoever. Not one bit of a chance. But for this particular situation, to move the story forward, it had to be what it had to be. So, would I recommend you watching this? Absolutely. Do you want to watch this at home? It is a popcorn, spooky, with the lights off, cuddled up with a special someone who is absolutely petrified. This is a good one for them because both of you guys will be, or a crew, or a group, whatever, everyone will be in unanimous when it comes to screaming at the screen, yelling at the characters. Why the are you doing that? Don't go there. What the hell with that thing? Don't go back. Leave that thing as is. No, we're not going. We're not doing that. No. This is the type of conversations you will be having amongst each other and screaming to the screen. And it's actually one of those type of deals like, would you, discussing with yourselves, if this was one of us, would we do this? Would this be, for me, as I said, as I'm watching this, I'm like, as soon as I saw the inkling of crazy, it would be like a walking in and walking out of the store and the credits is already rolling as I'm walking out. It's one of those type of deals. It's be a minute long movie. One of the most, because you just know. But I highly recommend this. The kids' performance, I got to tell you, the kids' performance in this particular, the especially Dan, the youngest kid, and you see him in the trailer, he's the one that's mute. His performance is absolutely stellar, breathtaking. We will be seeing much more of these kids in the future. It's an exciting film. I highly recommend that you guys check it out. I highly recommend that you take a loved one, take a buddy, take a crew, enjoy yourselves. Go and see it in IMAX if it's an IMAX availability. You want to get this, to get the full, scope of the screen and for the sound. Our audience absolutely loved it. It's definitely one that you want to check out. It is hitting theaters September 13th, only in theaters all across the US. So go check it out. You will not be disappointed whatsoever. If you are brand new here, thank you for checking us out. Please consider subscribing to the channel. If you are day one or Jawns, thank you so much for coming back. Tell a friend. And like I always say, love is love, be love, and rock steady. Peace, everybody. Go see this Jawns in theaters immediately.